Conjure up this scene. 600 people dedicated to deceit and trickery, all under the same roof. Shazam! It's the annual get-together of the Society of American Magicians in Tampa, Florida. A week of illusion, delusion and collusion, which left a mere amateur like myself in a state of utter confusion. Welcome to the Hotel Hocus Pocus in Tampa, Florida. Welcome to the land of the quicker hand.
6 and 1. Yeah. The other side is really 2 2s. What you saw was 2 5s.
A place where the nights are filled with genuine hanky-panky. And welcome to a place where there's only a blink between the egg and the chicken.
If you will be so kind, hold this one tight. Tight. Now say go.
Go.
Look how mine's gone.
This is the annual gathering of SAM, the Society of American Magicians.
Doesn't that feel more normal?
Now, they're not your Harry Houdini or David Copperfield big disappearing trick type of magician, but rather your look in the yellow pages nickel and dime magicians. And I must confess that I'm one of them. Well, magic's not what you see, it's what you think you see. I mean, after all, magicians' illusions have been around for thousands of years. This one, for instance, has almost certainly been around since before the French Revolution. Well, to lay your neck on the line in virtually any circumstances requires a certain degree of faith. But Dan, you're going to look after me, aren't you?
Well, Richard, if it doesn't work, you'll be the first to know.
What's your success rate?
About 60%, but think of the publicity.
Well, if it doesn't work, then next week there'll only be 3 reporters on 60 Minutes. How did he do it? Don't ask me.
Okay. What I'd like you to do is just take them and place them on myself, clasp them down. Ah!
Even this bloke with his thumb cuffs had me fooled.
What I'd like you to do is open up the handkerchief, show the inside and the outside. There's nothing in either. It's like our local newspaper. Yeah. Just drape them on, and please pick up the keys if you will. The trick is not getting out at all. Pull the hanky away. It's finding them when you're finished.
Magic is an industry based on bluff. These men are dealers in deceit. And in among this lot, a couple of Russians. One a magician, the other an economist. If there's a difference.
Nice to meet you.
Bye-bye.
Have a good time.
Listen, what do you think about those Russians?
I think
They're good. They're great.
Well, could they be spies?
Not likely.
How do you know? You don't know what's going on around here.
That's true. You
What's
never...
the time?
Seem to have misplaced. There it is. I seem to have misplaced my watch, but I've kind of found it.
Vladimir, it seemed, specialised in the reverse golden handshake. On the outside, the bellhops were easy pickings. And on the inside, the staff were digging in for 4 days of trick or treat.
Thank you very much, sir.
Halt! Hey, lady, hey, watch.
God!
These are those magic grapes from
Magic
Japan.
grape?
You haven't seen them? Let me show you. These are kind of, look at this. There's one. Have you seen this? Mm-hmm. And then you take a second grape and put that in your mouth. And if you take the third one, put that in your mouth, and you swallow, it comes back in your hand.
No, wait.
You haven't seen that?
No.
That's kind of a neat thing.
Natalie, these magicians, they've been causing you a bit of problems? What have they been doing to you?
They've been doing tricky things to me, like making fire jump in front of me and stuff, and making me see things that's not really there. They just been telling me stuff that's not true.
Like what?
Like, how do 2 grapes turn into 3 grapes? See what I'm saying? That's just not possible.
But grapes have little babies sometimes.
Grapes don't have no babies. Who you think you're talking to?
So while Natalie, the deli lady, fought off flames and multiplying grapes, the corridors filled with the magicians. Some of whom were not playing with the full deck.
Yes, how are you, Tony?
Oh, really happy to be here.
The society even has its own high priest, Father Sip Murray.
You've heard the expression, cleanliness is next to godliness. It's not. I looked it up in the dictionary. Cleanliness is next to cleavage.
A man who clearly has his eye on bigger things.
I only do tricks, I don't do miracles.
Can you make it disappear? But upstairs in the dealer's room, they were selling miracles. And they had me believing.
Okay.
How could you resist a hot little item like this?
Fire sale, I'm sure you'll like. Oh my God! I'm just kidding.
Everybody, it seemed, was looking for that something that would make them into more than just a two-bob magician. Although in some cases it might take just a few years of practice.
With a die, have you seen the trick where you show a die with 3 spots here and 5 over here?
Yeah.
You give it 1 shake and they change to 4.
But by the 3rd day, the whole thing had worn just a little thin.
Quicker than the eye.
Some even took to the streets. Although it did seem that Tampa was not yet quite ready for magic on Main.
You've been a nut dog all day long.
You didn't drop it. It's not your... Oh, I'm sorry. Did I startle you?
And at night, the people who spent their days fooling around queued up to be fooled by the experts.
Going twice round this way. Are you ready?
One man even screwed his assistant's head off. Not that she seemed to mind. Even Vladimir, the thieving Russian, got into the act. Keep your eye on this bloke's watch. Now, I'd learned a thing or two from the Russians.
Just come right up here and hold my left wrist very tightly.
But the trouble was that so had just about everybody else.
Because the problem is it happens.
Except, perhaps, for poor old Natalie.
Put your hand like that. That's right. Over there like that. And I'm going to move it up amongst the various foods here, right? And then back again like that. And I want you to think of one of the foods, right? And I'm going to stop you at the one. That's the one. You were thinking of the rice, weren't you?
I was not. I was thinking of the fruit.
Okay. Now listen, what time do you finish today?
I finished at 4.
And what time is it now?
Oh, he took my watch. Oh, no. You moved too fast. How did you take it off without me even knowing it? Oh, got me. That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
Hello, I'm Charles Wooley. Thanks for watching. To keep up with the latest from 60 Minutes Australia, make sure you subscribe to our channel. You can also download the 9Now app for full episodes and other exclusive 60 Minutes content.